You haven't failed at nutrition because you're stupid. You've failed because no one has ever taught you the rules. And so that is exactly what I'm going to do today. Welcome back to the Shape by Joseph channel, where I help high-performing men get in the best shape of their lives without sacrificing their passion. If that's you and you've struggled with nutrition, then this video is for you. This isn't about a 30-day challenge. It's not about a meal plan to follow. This is about understanding how nutrition works with these 3 simple rules to help you start hitting your goals. The problem that so many men face is they treat it like a sprint. Now, what is a sprint? We want to get from point A to point B as fast as possible. And as long as you do that, you win, right? But when it comes to your nutrition journey, and even health and fitness in general, but especially our nutrition, when we try and just get the results as fast as possible, what happens is it's unsustainable and you burn out and you can't keep going. Now, what does that typically look like? It looks like chicken and broccoli for every meal. It looks like bland food that you hate, and eating food starts to feel like punishment. Now, if that sounds like you, then you're doing it wrong. And this is a problem that needs to be addressed now, because this isn't about a quick fix. This isn't about some fad diet, how to drop weight as quickly as possible so that I could be happy again. That's not what this is about. This is about lifestyle change. Because once you get the weight off, you got to keep it off. And you're not going to keep it off if for however long you were able to keep it up for, you've lost this weight, and now you're like, wait, I've hit it, so now I want to eat the things I do enjoy, and you go right back to eating anything but chicken and broccoli, and you gain all the weight back. For so many men, that is exactly what it looks like. And for you, I don't want that to happen. I don't want you to do something that's unsustainable, that's going to hurt you in the long run. What we need to do is do something that allows us to enjoy the food that we're eating so that we can have a lifestyle change that allows us to continue on this journey for years to come. And let's be honest, maybe you made it all the way to the end and you hit your goal weight. Unfortunately, so many men who do this have found that they get the weight right back, if not more. Now, if that's not you, maybe you're in the start of this journey. Let me be honest with you, odds are you're only gonna make it 2 weeks tops. For so many people, it's 3 days in, and then they binge like crazy the 4th day, and then they restrict like crazy the 5th day, and then they binge again the next day. So what I want to do is I want to break the cycle. I don't want you to go through this loop of losing the weight, gaining the weight, starting to do it, stopping doing it. I want to help you do something that is sustainable. Unfortunately, the truth is the health and fitness industry profits on your lack of knowledge. They profit off it. They preach detox teas, and you've got to do this juice cleanse and go on these certain pills to help with this. And what ends up happening is you waste a ton of money. You waste so much money on all of this crap that you don't need, yet the fitness industry wants you to think this is exactly what you need to hit your goals. Now, I don't know about other fitness coaches, but for me personally, with my clients, I work in a way that's different. It would be easy for me to make sure my clients don't learn anything. It would be easy for me to try and not teach you anything and tell you that my coaching is the only way that you're gonna hit your goals. Because let's be honest, that is how I survive, right? That's how I make my money. I'm a fitness coach for a living. But I have a different approach. My goal is that when my clients come in, they're coming with a lack of understanding, and when they leave, they will have the knowledge to walk away from our training, continue down their path of health and fitness, and reach even greater heights than we started with in the beginning, or maintain where we've gotten to as they continue to live life on their own. Because this is about forming habits. It's about understanding how to live healthy. It's not about how to do it so fast so I could go back to how I was living before. And so that is what I want to help you with today in this video. Because let's be honest, you, one, didn't make it this far without having an attention span of steel, so great job. But on top of that, you are not this far in the video because you like where you're at. You see that there is a need to change. Whether it's feeling sluggish, the lack of energy you have because your food isn't giving you any nutrition to help fuel your body for the crazy busy days that you have. Maybe it's the caffeine dependence that you're on. Caffeine's a great thing. I don't like cutting it out of my daily routine, but you shouldn't be depending on it day in and day out. There are things that are missing in your life that is not allowing you to live the fulfilling, healthy, and fit life that you want to have. And so listen up, because I'm going to break this down so simply for you. I promised you 3 rules. 3 rules that are going to help you change how your mind is working around nutrition and help you start seeing results. These aren't hacks, they're not shortcuts. These are just these simple ways that you can unlock a new way of hitting your goals. So here we go. Rule number 1, calories are the game. Listen, this is another way to make eating and being healthy fun, all right? Make it a game. And if this is a game we're playing, it is calories that we are playing within. Because you could eat super healthy. So many people eat such healthy foods and they say, hey, Joseph, I can't lose weight. Why can't I lose weight? I'm using all the healthy oils. I'm avoiding the seed oils. We're not getting into that subject today, but that's a video for another time. I'm avoiding the seed oils and I'm eating healthy and I've got my veggies and I've got this and I've got this healthy snack that I love from Trader Joe's or wherever you shop. And they tell me all these things, but I'm still not losing weight. Why? Why aren't they losing weight? And that's because calories are the game. Even when we're eating healthy, if we're eating more calories than we're supposed to be consuming, because everybody's body burns a different amount of calories a day, it's called expenditure. How much calories do you expend in a day? If you're eating over that, that's what we call being in a surplus, then you are going to gain weight even if it's healthy foods that you're eating. Now, this doesn't mean that you need to start tracking obsessively and go to a crazy extreme because extremes don't work. But what this does mean is you can't keep traveling blind, all right? You need to see where you're going in order to play the game right. And so typically this does come with tracking our food. And it's super easy. There's so many apps you can get for it. I'm not affiliated with any of them, but MyFitnessPal, you can use MacroFactor, which is the one I use personally, or you come into my coaching and you use the one built in on the app that we use, and you start tracking your food so you know what calories you're eating. Calories in versus calories out is how you're going to lose weight. But then there's more to it, which is where rule number 2 comes in. Protein is your most important variable. You've got the calories that you're staying within so that you can lose weight being in a deficit, but then you have your protein so that while you're in that deficit, you're protecting your muscle mass. Because what happens is when we're not using our muscles and we're not allowing them to recover, our body starts seeing, okay, we're not using that. So instead of using the stored fat, let's go ahead and use what we're not using. We'll save the fat for later, and it starts targeting muscle mass. Now, that's not what we want. That's what we call weight loss. The scale might be going down, but we want true fat loss. And so you need to be having 1 gram per pound of body weight that you weigh when you're in a deficit. You can actually come back, and when you're bulking, when you're trying to gain weight, you can actually have about 0.75 grams per 1 pound of body weight. So for instance, if you weigh 180 pounds, your goal is to eat 180 grams of protein a day. Now, what happens if you weigh 230 pounds? What if you're at 260 right now? I have a client who started with me and he was right around 300 pounds. Now, is he eating 300 grams of protein a day? No, I don't want you to do that. It is going to be way too much. And so what we're going to do instead is if you are over 30 pounds from your goal weight, then what I want you to do is I want you to eat your goal weight in grams of protein. So say you're at 220 right now and your goal is you're trying to get to 170. Then I want you to slowly try and get to 170 grams of protein a day and use that from lean sources like chicken or using tuna or ground turkey, things like that that allow you to keep those fats lower and with that, those calories lower, but getting some great protein in. It's also gonna help that protein is one of the most satiating foods you can eat. It's gonna keep you fuller longer. And so start prioritizing protein in your daily consumption. And so if you do one thing this week, one thing, I want you to start increasing your protein in each meal. Because by doing that, you're gonna start protecting that muscle. And in protecting that muscle, you're gonna like what you look even better as you start to lose the weight because you're gonna be losing fat and start to reveal the muscle that you are keeping safe. A subcategory that I would add to rule number 2 is that your macros are important. And part of macros is our protein, our fats, and our carbs. Now, calories is the most important for losing weight. We don't want to go over our calories to hit our protein in a single day because not every day is perfect. And so if you're not gonna hit your protein, don't go over in calories to hit your protein if your goal is weight loss. Just do better the next day. But it is important to note, just a little subcategory, that your fats and your carbs are important. Carbs are gonna give you energy, they're gonna help with your mental clarity, and then additionally, the fats are important for your hormone health. And so we wanna make sure that we are having enough carbs and enough fats as well. And so we'll dive into that deeper in another video, but for now, rule number 1, calories Rule number 2, get that protein in. And rule number 3, keep it simple. Being perfect. I mean, you are locked in 100%. Everything is perfect to the T, but you can only sustain it for 4 days. You only sustain it for 5 days, and then Saturday and Sunday come and everything goes out the window and you have 7,000 calories and you don't know what you're doing with yourself. And now we're back and we're 100% locked in. We're going, and then we're not locked in at all. That is not going to get you results. You need to stop doing that. Instead, 80%, 7 days a week is going to get you the better results. Now, am I trying to say don't pursue excellence? No, if you saw my previous video, you would know that I want you to pursue excellence. I want you to push hard. I want you to work hard. And I want you to hit these goals that you want to hit. But what I'm saying is if you make it so unrealistic, then you are never going to hit those goals. It needs to be sustainable. So here's the challenge. I want you to track everything you eat for 2 weeks. All right? But I don't want you to cheat. No changing how you eat. No making any changes. Keep eating exactly how you eat, and I want you to track it. Whether that's using one of the free apps, which is one of the easiest ways to do it. It's going to tell you the macros right there off the bat. Or you decide you're going to start your fitness journey, and you're going to invest a little bit of money to have one of the paid versions of the apps. Or you keep it even simpler than that, and you just keep it in a note. What you ate, you took a picture of it, and at the end of the time, you submit all that data, all those pictures to whatever AI you like to use, because let's be honest, you're probably using one, and you just ask it to estimate. This isn't going to be as efficient, and it's not going to be as accurate, but you have it estimate what were the macros and the calories for what I ate. And in doing that, I guarantee the calories are going to be way higher than you expected, the protein is going to be way lower than you expected, and you're going to realize you need to change. And now after those 2 weeks, here's the simple change. Pull back on the calories the way you need, so you follow rule 1. Up the protein, so you follow rule 2, whether that's by making there be a little more protein in each meal, or maybe you add a higher protein snack somewhere in the day. And then finally, rule number 3, you keep it simple. Make sure to follow rule number 3. And in doing that, this isn't willpower, this is just information that is unlocking a new way for you to hit your goals. A way that so many people use to hit their goals, because the only way you're going to lose weight, the only way you're going to shred that body fat is by being in a caloric deficit, by making sure that you have protein in your diet so that you're protecting your muscle mass and that you're keeping it sustainable. 3 rules that now have you informed so that you can play this game and understand the rules so that you can play it well, so that you can get results. So no more being a failure. No more not being in the know. You've got lessons, you know what to apply. Go try it, and let's start change today.